What's up, folks? Here we go. We're, let's get this party started. Hey, folks, welcome back to another edition of OffTrack Syndicate. Here we are, Sunday. I don't know. We're just trying to to put something out here. We've had some drop off, you just never know what's going to freaking happen. So it's just us. We're a sausage party for right now. Maybe
Well, I mean, somebody told me you put out Rusty, so that's why I showed up.
Yeah, well, SoCal possibly will be joining us shortly. Erica, maybe at the bottom of the hour. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it's a shit show. So
we is a shit show.
Yes,
par for the course.
Absolutely, and I want to start off by thanking our Patreon members that support us every month. That will be. So I got Patreon paused right now for till like the 15th, I think, and then it's going to come back up. But thank you, people, for supporting us. It definitely helps everywhere in everything that we do, and we love you. I don't know.
That one guy.
Well, except that one guy.
And yeah, I want to say thank you to Baker Drinks for having us on last night.
Yes.
Laura and Troy, is it?
Yes. Yep. Laura and Troy.
It was a very fun night. Go back and watch it.
Yes. If go look on YouTube, search Baker Drinks and their latest live. We were on there. I unfortunately didn't make it through the whole show. But we won't talk about that.
And he did have good ideas on there about selling ad space on your hat.
Right.
SoCal was there. They even made an off-track intro, a special intro, including us.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Cool.
Yeah, that was freaking awesome.
SoCal was there showing the joys of having Spectrum internet.
Yeah.
And how happy she is to have that. She was trying bourbon, and like Erica said, she was making labor pain faces trying it, but she made it through them.
Damn it. So we got to get SoCal the link. Do you have the link to give her?
It should be in the message thing that
I can send it to her.
Everybody.
Yeah, send it to her if you would, because I can't. I haven't figured out how to move stuff from the computer to my phone. I am.
I'll send it to her.
Yeah, I'm not good at this stuff. It's technology. Technology is terrible. Anyway,
so is anybody watching the Olympics?
No, I'm not watching it, but nope. I am amazed at the amount of new games and stuff, I guess is what you want to call it, that are there. Let's see, weird.
So I'm not like I don't watch it or whatever, but I do watch and see like who's getting the medals and stuff like that.
Right.
U.S. is still number one. We have 40 gold, 44 silver, and 42 bronze for a total of 126.
Nice.
China's right behind us with 40 gold, 27 silver, and 24 bronze, giving them only 91. So we're that far ahead. Japan is in third with 20 gold, 12 silver, and 13 bronze for a total of 45. Australia is 18 gold, 19 silver, and 16 bronze for a total of 53. And I think I did my math wrong here. France, 16, 26, 22 for gold, silver, and bronze. And I have them at, for a total of 64. Got it. And the top five, those were all team medals. So the individual athletes, I'll just do the top five. The first one goes to France with El Marchand with 4 gold and 1 bronze for a total of 5. The U.S.
Was that the pole vaulting guy?
No, he lost. But
That wasn't the pole vaulting guy?
Yep.
There you
go. Won. Second place is U.S. With T. Hush is his name. 3 gold, 2 silver. Third place, again, this is individual, is M. O'Callahan, and he's from Australia, or they're from Australia, with 3 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze for a total of 5. Fourth place is S. I gotta write better. Lights. Also U.S., 3 gold, 1 silver, no bronze with 4. And fifth place is S. McIntosh from Canada. With 3 gold, 1 silver, and no bronze. And all 4 of those, there's one person that was artistic gymnastics, and that would be S. Blights. And the rest of them were swimmers.
All right, so we're over in the YouTube chat here. Let's see, Whiskey Wisdom, he was in there. Timothy Ratliff, Jen Clifton, Timmy the Pilot, Mr. Mom, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us. Jeff Castle, thank you, my friend. Brian Jackson, what's up, man? I haven't heard from you in a while. Scott Morris, he's in there. Kathy and the Bird.
I heard from Brian the other week. He was on my show.
He was. Well, he's. I think he's shying away from me. I don't know. Erica, she'll be here in 25 minutes. He
feels intimidated. You're a reverend. He's just a bishop.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
He can only go diagonal.
Sync my phone to the computer. I don't know how to do that. Maybe I need to. I know.
That's what I was doing.
Mr. Mom says y'all need to do a quarterly show with the Bakers. Just saying, right? I mean,
that was so fun.
It was fun. Chill Will Rocco, he's in there. What's up, dude? Tonight at some point, we're gonna give away a mug. We're gonna give away an OffTrack mug, and I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it somehow. Yeah, for all you wonderful people. Troy Baker Drinks, he's in there. He says, thanks so much for making last night so fun. Timmy the Pilot says, Kirk, shoot your email address over to him, timbo814@gmail. He has something for y'all? What? I don't know. But,
probably some dirty pictures.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, Chill Will is going to be out towards Baker Drinks next month. That's cool.
I do think that last night, Rusty, you probably bit off a little bit more than you could chew when you opened up the phone lines. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that went crazy.
That was actually really funny, though.
That was hysterical.
Yeah, my phone was ringing.
I did not realize
all night.
I did not realize Debbie sounded like she was a pipe fitter.
Yeah, yeah. The phone call segment was priceless. So yeah, and you know what? Look, folks, you can call in right now. Well, Is it charged? Yes, it is.
Are you sure you want to do this? It didn't go that well last night.
I mean, I believe Mr. Mom actually called in at some point, right? Yeah, he did.
It went
That was
beautiful.
awesome. That was awesome. No, Chill Will. Yeah, hit us up. Hit Baker's up. I know they would love to meet you. I would love to meet you.
Good evening, all.
Hello, SoCal. Thank you for jumping in here. We love you.
Yes, thank you. And just before we get off of the
Here, go
Olympic
here.
thing, I'm going to try to share something here.
All right, go ahead.
Share this. This, and I'm going to. So I would like to thank Tom Cruise for at 62 finally looking 43.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he doesn't age at all. You got to wonder what kind of regimen he goes through weekly to keep the age down. Because
Nothing we can afford.
no.
Exactly.
So I gotta ask: is apparently breakdancing is a Olympic sport now? What the hell is that? I mean,
sort of.
that is not. That can't be. It is real, but it can't be. I mean, it just can't. I don't understand. I don't get it. I always thought of Olympic Games as you against either the clock or against somebody else. But how do you? I mean that it's too. There's too much to be. I don't even know how to explain it.
It's not easily gradable.
Yeah. How do you? I mean, how do you? You're going by. I guess you're just going by the judges. I guess that's the thing. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Well, and I know the Australian girl. Somebody lied to her because she was not breakdancing. She looked like she had leg cramps in the middle of the night and was trying to walk them off. It was horrifying. They shouldn't have told her she was good.
Now I feel like I need to go back and watch that segment.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't understand it. And apparently there's a bunch of other things. I was trying to find them. A bunch of other stuff that is Olympic Games. I don't understand it. Let's see.
That's been good. I've really enjoyed watching them this year. I really have.
I haven't watched not one.
Especially the volleyball was really good, intense, really good games. Both men and women, but I think the women were real. Well, they were both really intense. Really awesome.
Wait a minute, they were playing intense?
What? No.
Oh.
Ha ha.
Okay,
if he comes and eats my face and I start running around, you're going to know why I'm running around like a crazy person. He won't leave me alone. Yeesh.
But there's no fire today, right?
No, thank God. I mean, geez,
Okay.
There's been a lot. It's 9 foot. But I will tell you one thing. I live right by March Air Force Base, and I am not shitting you when I say at least the last week there have been fighter jets coming 2 at a time, several times a day. I mean, they're so loud, you cannot miss them. And I just come outside, and they're so far away, but they sound like they're right above your head.
Yeah.
I've never been right next to a fighter jet, but they must have some power coming out of the back of those things because they are. I'm looking at them; they're so far, but yet it sounds like. And those guys, so I'm like getting scared every time they do that. I get worried because I'm like, what's going on? That there's so many fighter jets like coming in and out. What are they practicing for? What is happening? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Scary.
I grew up in Florida, and we used to watch. We could go outside in their yard and watch. The Blue Angels would do their practice flights and stuff like that, and it was so cool. Just sitting out in your backyard watching it.
Yeah.
We could watch the space shuttles take off, which was really cool until Columbia or Challenger. I mean, that was not cool because again, we're watching it, real time.
No.
All right, so
But
we're gonna
I was going to ask you about you said Florida. I was going to ask about the shuttle. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say here are 10 of the weirdest sports in Olympic Games history. Now, it doesn't say, I don't think all of them are being done now, but apparently in the past, I think this is a thing now. And I want to know how this is a thing. Solo synchronized swimming. Like how are you synchronized if you're solo? That doesn't
music maybe.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. Officially known as artistic swimming, in itself is a bizarre inclusion in the Olympics. Why is dancing in water considered an Olympic sport, but ballroom dancing ain't? I don't know. Neither here nor there. The real point is the idea of synchronized swimming is to have a whole team of participants performing in perfect unison, synchronicity, if you will. The clue is in the name, and yet somehow the Olympic overlords decided that solo synchronized swimming was worthy of inclusion in 84, 88, and 92. I guess it's not a thing now. Let's see, number 9.
That I don't know. But synchronized swimming is pretty cool, though. I even watched some. Here.
Yeah, but I
cool.
mean, how do you synchronize solo? That doesn't make any sense.
And then there was. So I don't know, but.
The horse long jump and horse high jump, number 9. The horse does all the work and the rider gets the trinkets and the glory. You never see a top show jumping pony getting its wedding featured in OK Magazine.
Do they still do the horse one?
It's just plain weird. Huh?
Do they still do the horse one?
No, these jumping events took place in Paris in 1900 and we're ever so slightly disappointed it hasn't at least introduced as a possibility for reintroduction 124 years later. So yeah, that was a thing.
Well, you kind of said why. That's weird because the horse is doing the work.
Yeah.
I mean, even what's that? Snoop Dogg was like, "How come the people get the medals when the horse is doing the work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that makes sense." I don't know.
Exactly.
Anyway,
all right. So number 8 was a thing, I guess, in 1904. Plunge for distance. So basically, in 1904, the 1904 games in St. Louis, competitors had to dive in a pool and see how far they could drift down underwater until they surfaced up to a maximum of a minute. In 1904, all 5 contestants were from America, and the event was won by William Dickey. I wonder if that's any relation to Chris, with a distance of 62 feet.
Nah.
Wow.
You can only assume he became known as Drifting Dickey by the International Olympic Committee. I don't know.
Let's see. 2 feet underwater. There's going to be pee in it also.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'd be freaking out.
So number 7 is the 3,000 meter steeplechase. I'm a big athletics fan, and this is a sport that Britain has as much chance of medaling as we do. It's basically an assault course. I don't know if that's a thing now or not, but it's like it's running, but with obstacles, water, all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Let's see. And we're back at Paris 1900 again, and pigeon shooting, live pigeon shooting was a sport.
Gotta love it. Gotta suck to be PETA.
Right? Possibly the most shameful. We have a call. Should I take? No, they hung up. For possibly the most shameful event in Olympic history, the object of the sport. Oh, geez. Here we go. We have a caller from Illinois, and they hung up again. Yeah, well.
They're just trying to get under your skin. That's all.
The object of the sport was to kill as many pigeons as possible. Contestants were eliminated if they missed 2 in a row. The event was won by Belgium's Leon de London, who managed to euthanize 21 pigeons on his way to avian slaughtering glory. By the end of the event, more than 300 mangled pigeons were dead on the field. Yeah, live pigeon shooting was
Lovely.
a thing,
The original duck hunt.
Sure.
right?
Did not that
Yep.
day. I don't think so.
Something that I have seen. It's the number 5 is the modern pentathlon. Pentathlon, is that right? I don't know. The event still going today is about as modern as cave painting. It's based upon the military requirements for a good cavalryman, and we all know how useful a cavalry is in the modern age. Participants take part in swimming, fencing, show jumping, long distance running, and pistol shooting. It's also random. Why not chunk in table tennis and weightlifting? I mean, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know. Number 4, pistol dueling. Wow, that's got a. This one took place at the 1912 Olympics in Stockholm. It wasn't quite as exciting as it sounds. Participants were actually firing at each other, which certainly would have added an element of jeopardy. The brave
I
men,
don't think they done that in a double elimination tournament, did they?
yeah, I don't know. The brave men taking part had to fire at mannequins dressed in frock coats with targets painted on their chest. Wow, that was.
Did the mannequin shoot back? Otherwise, it's not like dueling. That's just aiming and firing. I'd watch.
I think that, it sounds like that there's 2 people, but each of them is shooting at a nearby mannequin instead of each other.
Yeah. All right. So the 200-meter swimming obstacle race. So we return with heavy hearts to Paris 1900 again. Swimmers had to climb up a pole, clamber over a row of boats, and swim under another row of boats in a sort of Olympic version of Total Wipeout. And then, in this instance, the champion was Australian Fred Lane. The event took place in Seine, Seine, S-E-I-N-E, Seine.
Yeah, Sun River.
Sign.
Yeah. So, art. How can art be an Olympic sport? I don't understand.
Ask Kathy.
I want to go back to the water one.
Yeah.
Gators would have made it more fun.
Oh, yeah.
Throw
Yeah.
gators in it.
Yeah.
Llamas.
Yeah. Some sharks. I
Right.
mean, so
There would be some fast women on that.
from Stockholm, 1912 to London, 1948, medals were awarded for sports-inspired artworks from architecture, literature, music, painting, and sculpture. Art was the idea of, I can't even say this guy, Pierre de Coubertin, founder of modern Olympics, wanted to see people trained in body and mind. I don't understand that. The competition was dropped in 1954 because artists were deemed to be professionals, so the inclusion of art was seen to run contrary to the spirit of the games. Yeah, so that's not. And then, of course, number 1, poodle clipping.
Get out of here.
Yeah. You
Get
guessed
out of
it.
here.
You guessed it. Paris, 1900. This was admittedly only a test event, meaning it didn't have full Olympic status.
Their hair or their nuts?
Mystifyingly, it didn't make the cut. It involved 128 competitors performing in front of a crowd of 6,000, where they had to clip the fur off as many poodles as they could in 2 hours. So many questions come to mind. How could they ensure the poodles were the same size? Were they all equally docile? And most importantly, why in God's name were they doing this?
Right? I mean, why not just do underwater basket weaving? That's more.
Yeah.
You know,
So Avril Lafowl, I guess that's how you say it, won the gold with a total of 17 flipped poodles. So there it is. Weird old Olympic Games.
What was that, SoCal?
I said LaFowl was part of the pigeon thing. LaFowl.
The foul.
This is in my own head. It's funny.
Those are the best ones, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Made myself laugh. Who needs anybody else, right?
Is anybody sipping on anything?
Water.
So,
No, not in this vehicular. No.
I know you're not. So I'm sipping on Yellow Banks, which is OZ Tyler. They were so before they were bought out, I guess they turned into Green River, and it's really good. It's
Well, I got to tell you, Troy in the chat said that he found some more Frey Ranch that he'd like to send me since I loved it so much.
right.
I'm like, no, please do not send me the cow hooves stuff. But I appreciate the thought, Troy. That is very kind and generous of you. Okay, Erica is backstage, guys.
Oh, she is. All right, there she is. Boom.
How were you today, SoCal, waking up after having all the bourbon?
Oh, listen, I'm fine because I drank a lot of water and I drank very little bourbon. It looked like I really didn't. And so I went, after we were done with this show, I went and had a couple real cocktails and played some frisbee golf and ended my night like that. So it was a great night. I had a great night.
Nice.
Thank you for asking.
Nice. We welcome Miss Erica. Erica.
Yeah, I'm here.
Erica?
Sorry.
I'm here.
Look, I know it was all last minute. We didn't know what the hell was going on. We were all trying to figure out, what's
Full
happening.
disclosure, I talked to you at 4:30.
I know. We had no idea until like 15 minutes before that, Mel
That
couldn't
was
join us. So
one leg
5
into
minutes
it.
before.
Yeah,
One leg into a full
we're here.
drink night. What are you talking about?
I know. I'm sorry.
I just drive home.
I thought she was going to be here. I didn't know it was an if I'm needed thing.
Well, we thought your mic was going to be here early too, Kenzie, and it wasn't.
Well, I mean,
Erica's
it's
here.
working now.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, it's working now. So,
All right. Well,
Chill Will.
I'm sorry I'm late. My apologies.
It's all right. No, it's fine. Chill Will says
I'm
llama wrestling
thinking
should be an Olympic sport, and I agree. It absolutely should be.
See, the
Wait, are
Olympics.
we wrestling
All right, I
the
love you
llamas
guys.
or are they wrestling each other?
Bye, SoCal. Are you leaving?
Wait, what?
SoCal leaving? She's frozen.
Where's she going?
Spectrum.
Right now, she's leaving whether she wants to or not, apparently.
My internet.
There you go. We hear you.
She could call you on the OffTrack Syndicate hotline and actually let us know what's going on if she really needed
You know what? We need to put that phone number out there. Let me get over here.
Oh no.
Really? After last
Oh my
night, we
gosh.
need to put the phone number out.
Come
We
on.
did.
I thought that was gold last night. That was amazing. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
So did I.
Right.
Someone bring back Debbie. I wanted to know more about Debbie.
Well, Debbie went through Florida.
My internet kicked out when I was trying to tell you. I was only staying here till Erica got here, so Erica's here. So yes, have a good evening. I'll be watching.
You know what? Chill Will. Call in. Kathy and
Night,
Dave.
SoCal.
Bye,
Thank you.
SoCal.
Thank you.
I'm kicking your ass for this
I'm
later.
trying to find how to get out of here.
She knows. She wants to get out of here before I beat her up right here on air.
I don't. Dang, why won't it? It won't freaking show it. Oh wait, here we go.
It's showing it.
No, I was wanting it to be a. I don't understand how this works.
Okay, well that's
And going back to the Olympics
seems like
real
something
quick,
I've never.
Yeah.
I think we should have an Olympics where everybody can do whatever the drugs they want to do, like have no bars, no limits on it. Steroids, whatever, meth, I don't care. And do it
Yeah.
that way.
Yes.
That way, I want the
Absolutely.
crazy Olympics.
I mean, we have the X Games and then we have the Olympics. Why can't we just have the trip games?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, let's-
yeah.
The games where everything it all goes.
There it
No
is.
holds barred.
There it is. Chill Will, Mr. Mom. Look, Mr. Mom, you called in, buddy. You can call in again. Yeah. Jeff
What are we
Castle
talking about?
calling into the phone lines.
Okay,
And
well
at
they
some
can call
point,
to
you
the
know what?
line.
At the top of the hour, we got to figure out how we're going to do this. We're going to give away a mug, an OffTrack Syndicate mug that you will love. It's an 11 ounce, and I did look that up, Erica. It's an 11 ounce mug.
Okay.
So Yeah, the Triple X games, absolutely. I would be so on top or behind that, absolutely.
Well, okay, no.
No,
Rusty, you wouldn't qualify. Come on.
what are you talking about?
The training process has got to be rigorous. There is no way you're making it into the X Games.
I would be so on top of and or behind that, absolutely. I
You're
mean,
in the consolation round.
He would watch that for 8 seconds every 2-3 hours.
Yes, Mr. Mom, the doggy relay times 6, absolutely.
Rusty's the Olympic fluffer.
I try. I mean, whatever.
Okay.
You know what? I need to show this mug that we're going to give away. All right, here we go. Let's see. I got to do this and then do this. Damn it. Here we go. Here it is right here. Look at this. This is a badass mug. Look at this. Whatever. OffTrack Syndicate. World's greatest shit show. That's what we're going to give away tonight. And, it does have the whatever. You see that right there? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to...
They said.
We're going to give that away tonight. And, exactly, Timothy Ratliff.
Okay, so while you're figuring, I got something. I mean, I got a couple things, but I got something I want to talk about. It disturbed me. I was a little upset by it. I don't know why. Maybe and if you've talked about it, just stop me and I'll move on and keep my disturbance to myself. But okay, this is the title of this article. Wild Wild West. Families say organs of deceased Alabama inmates have been removed without their consent.
Wait, what?
Yeah, wow. Just let that sink in.
They have been removed?
Yes.
Without their consent?
Yes. After inmate Jim Kennedy Jr. died last year at the Limestone Correctional Facility in Harvest, Alabama, his sister-in-law got an unusual call from the funeral home preparing the body. Did you realize he came back without his organs? No liver, no heart, all of the major organs gone. He had nothing. Another inmate had a similar fate. Arthur Stapler was 85. He died 5 months later. He's 85 years old. He dies 5 months later at the Brookwood Baptist Medical Center in Birmingham. And he was at the Hamilton Aged and Infirmed prison, right? Because he was older. Still Department of Corrections. And they're like, it was like a horror movie. That all of the guy's major internal organs were missing.
Sounds like scandal to me.
Yeah, what the hell?
Stabler's family received what they were told were his brain and heart in plastic viscera bags. The lungs and other internal organs came back in pieces, but not all were even returned. This was after they found out that they were missing. They're the country's deadliest prisons. They've got a homicide rate in 2019 that's 7 times higher than the national average.
Yeah, well, just like Kathy said, he's 85. Who would take an 85-year-old heart?
Right, what do they want? What are they even taking from an 85-year-old? Right?
Yeah, what are they doing?
The Department of Corrections, the University of Alabama at Birmingham now face allegations from the families of 5 inmates whose organs were removed and reportedly kept without consent.
Wow.
Sounds like a black market thing going on to me.
They're selling the organs for teaching purposes. So they're selling them to the university so they can use them in school. But
I don't see how they can sell them to the university. It's not their property.
They weren't getting permission or anything, right? I mean,
that's crazy. I mean, unless they think, if you're an inmate, I guess you are a ward of the state, right? So,
in response to the lawsuit, the state claims that the prison warden has the power to give consent to this procedure or this practice.
Wow.
Yep.
That's insane.
Under an agreement between the two state institutions with divergent missions, University of Alabama said it conducts autopsies for the corrections department. Whoa. Whoa, I didn't even read that part.
So this sounds like prisoners have absolutely zero rights.
They sign authorization forms for the autopsy. The authorization forms not only provide permission for the autopsy, but they specifically include consent for the removal of the organs or tissues for diagnostic or other testing, including final disposition. So they're signing it.
They're signing
They're just
it
not
away.
reading
right?
it. And these two,
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
you have the state corrections department and the state university system colluding to have these people sign this. If you brought this to a court of law and I was saying that somebody signed over their power of attorney to me, this wouldn't hold up in court. It wouldn't hold up in court. If they signed it without knowing, if they didn't read it.
Well, I mean, yeah, so they didn't read
no, if they didn't read it, you'd have to fight it. You'd have a fight on your hands.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Jesus.
and not only that, it being the highest murder rate, like inside the prison,
Right.
that's
So
like
now they're 7 times higher than the national
Right.
average. They're whacking off the prisoner, not whacking off
There
long term.
you
They're
go.
just whacking the prisoners
There we go.
right. Yeah.
It won't do it.
for money. Right?
Right.
To make money so they
That's-
can sell
It's
it.
got to be money
That's
for sure.
insane.
Once the inmate dies, the body goes directly to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences or the University of Alabama Birmingham for autopsy. This is so crazy. Okay, so it goes from the prison system to the university to determine whether the death was unlawful, suspicious, or unnatural. What?
You know what?
They're
Hey, look.
playing each other.
Right.
Do you sign it?
I would not be just questioning the warden and the prison. I would be questioning the universities that are being part of this stuff too.
Yeah, no kidding. Look, folks, if you got something to say on this, call in. The number's right there at the bottom. Let's hear what you, Mr. Great Shot, Mr. Mom,
So
Kathy.
CNN apparently got a copy of this, obtained this consent form. It actually says that the form empowers the prison warden to give consent without limitations for the autopsy as well as the final disposition of the organs. I mean, literally, you could how many people got back a body that until someone called and said, "Hey, we
Right.
just are getting your body ready for burial, and there's no organs." Until that happened,
I mean,
how many have they done?
all right,
It's
all
been
right. So
going on
let's-
for
let's-
a while.
let's
Well,
step back.
you guys
Let's
are
step
making
back
that call.
and look at this. I mean, does it really matter if you have your organs when you go get buried? Does it really
In
bother?
Well, okay.
At
in
this
some
point,
religions,
it matters because at this point it matters, especially since this is. I understand the guy's dead and gone, but this
Right.
is also a further violation to whatever family and loved ones that there is involved into this stuff.
But so you're saying it matters to you if your loved one has all of their
Well, okay.
parts when they get buried.
I'll
They're-
play the
they're-
morbid.
There,
I'll play the morbid partner. Okay,
Okay,
it says
yeah.
the corrections department pays the University of Alabama $2,200 for each autopsy and $100 per toxicology test, according to the suits. Write me the check, bitch. Why did you get the check from my left?
yeah,
Write me the check.
You're right.
The guy
Absolutely.
signed off on it, and you're making
Yeah.
money of it. I should, if you don't. I mean, Kinsey is morally correct. Okay.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm
it
just
is.
saying, if you
But-
want to take the sick road, I'll take the sick road. Write me a check because what are you talking about? You're making $2,200 for each autopsy.
Yeah, that's
And you have 325 deaths in 2023. I don't
Right,
do math.
Mr.
Everybody
Mr.
knows that. Somebody multiply 325 times 2,200
that's a bunch.
and 100 for each toxicology test.
Oh, here we go. We got a call. We got a call coming in. Caller, Oklahoma. State your name. Where you calling from? I think this is Mr. Mom.
Hey, it's Mr. Mom.
Yes. All right. What do you think about this?
Mom.
Okay. While prisoners are in custody, they are wards of the state.
Right.
And the prison system is responsible for their medical treatment
Yes.
as seen fit for them. So
Right.
They can. I think they can deny some treatment, but also if some of these patients die in medical care, an autopsy is mandatory, and they may have to do in an autopsy. They have to remove some of the organs and get samples and stuff of that
Right.
nature.
Right.
Also, with them, they contract with them to do these, so that may be compensation for what's being done, because the procedures have to be done if there's questionable, situations around the death.
Right. Right. So,
Yeah,
but
it definitely seems like there's a bunch
go
of things that happened that came together, right? He's correct. I think the
Well,
Law Center came out and has reported that there were like over 1,000 deaths in that Alabama State prison system since April of 2019, which I think somehow sparked some sort of attention being given to the whole situation, right?
Yeah.
And then you had these lawsuits coming out, and they're accusing the state of fraud, conspiracy, negligence, unauthorized donations of body parts. I'm not sure what unjust enrichment applies to. I don't know if I want to.
So Mr. Mom, I got to ask you, if you had a family member in prison and they died, I mean, would it be a thing to you that, they took all their organs and you're burying them, without their organs? Or is that, I mean, is that even?
Why does it matter if they're in prison or not? If I have a family member that dies and someone takes their organs without telling me, I feel like I'm gonna, I have a problem with that. So I signed the agreement. You would think that that's at least a part of something. Okay, so you signed the agreement. Your award of the state's responsible for you. You die. Wouldn't that be at least one of the things they review when they're giving your significant others, your next of kin, back all of your things or whatever? Even if it's nothing but a Bible and I don't know, a manifesto that you wrote. I have no idea, but they're giving that back to you. Wouldn't that be part of what they go over? Here's your paperwork.
Yeah, you would
Just so you
think.
know, the body's going to be transferred here. Now, remember, according to the contract, this is what's going to happen. I don't know why, if they're claiming, if there's that many lawsuits and they're claiming to have hidden it somewhere, even though it says it in the agreement, it must not be clear.
One of the things that may play into this and may not be being addressed in this is autopsies don't happen overnight. The analysis of the tissues and everything don't happen overnight, and if they're backlogged, it can take months.
Right.
So you can't hold that body for 6 months from the family. So they may get the body and it doesn't have the organs.
Right.
Because they're still being built, because the autopsy has to be done if the way they died was questionable.
Yeah.
But what scenario can you think of that would end up resulting in a almost empty cadaver? Because one of the stories that she was listing was what? Only a brain and one other thing?
Well, they must have somehow, they must have somehow asked for those.
Take into consideration, as y'all were saying, the 85-year-old man, what's viable of his organs? Was it questionable of his treatment, and those organs had to be removed for examination, because you really can't.
All right. Hold on, Mr. Mom. Hold on.
Let's say you have a.
All right. Caller, state your name. Where you calling from?
This is Jeffrey from Decatur.
Jeffrey. All right. Let me merge you with Mr. Mom here. Maybe it should work. All right. Jeffrey. Is this Jeff Castle?
Yes, it is.
Jeff, what is up, buddy? Are you with us, Mr. Mom?
I'm still with you.
Okay, good. So I got you and Jeff Castle. You're on a conference call. So what do you think about this, Jeff? What is your
if you're 85 and still in prison, I don't have a problem with organ donation.
Right? I mean, you're
obviously a piece of crap. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I'm okay with everybody that needs an organ transplant. That's a good person. Yeah, I'm up for using make sure that they not wrongfully accused and all that kind of stuff. Go case by case and all that. But if they're a piece of crap, yeah, take the organs and give them to some people that need a transplant, heart, lungs, whatever.
But so look at it from the family. So you know your loved one who was in prison, and he dies, and they just take his organs. I mean,
well, he obviously signed something or was coerced into it or whatever. But
right,
they obviously
we can't say that because according to the story itself, the warden is allowed to sign for the consent.
I think that's the argument. So the argument is the statement ends when the guy dies. So as an inmate of the prison system, the warden has rights to control his every move. He is basically a ward of the state. They pay for everything. They can accept, approve, or deny treatment of any kind. They control their medical access, right?
Yeah, but that's effectively
the argument is
that's effectively an argument for.
Once they stop breathing, they are no longer a ward of the state, and therefore the organs are not the property of the state, and the state cannot be profiting off of them.
So
right.
This is just basically another court case that's going to be wrapped up in all kinds of shit.
And unfortunately, there are people that are involved, and they're sad.
Yeah, no,
their grief is real, right? I mean,
absolutely.
I'd like to add something to this.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Mom.
I had a brother who was in prison, did pass away. This was in 2019. And when he died, I had to claim his body.
Oh, wow.
And I had to pay for the funeral and everything. Some family members don't claim the bodies, and they're simply buried in, like unmarked graves, but in like a pauper's grave.
Right.
So I don't know how much of that was done in these cases, especially like the 85-year-old guy who, how many family members are going to want to claim it?
Right.
And on the flip side,
that's true.
On the flip side, my wife also died in 2019. She was an organ donor.
Dude.
So it took.
Oh man, I am so sorry. So sorry for your jeez.
It took like 5 weeks for us to get her body because it had to be sent to where they could harvest usable tissue, corneas, heart, and other things of that nature. And of course, she wanted to be cremated. My wife didn't want to be buried.
Right.
Claustrophobic. So I have her ashes in an urn on my fireplace mantle. That was the good part. I didn't ask if my brother's organs were donated or anything. It never crossed my mind at that time.
Right. I think also the thing they're looking at is they've opened a federal investigation into the whole case because it looks like what they're also finding is that when an inmate dies, they're supposed to, report it, record it, and make sure the Department of Justice gets all the records on federal inmate deaths, right, inside corrections institutions. They found at least 30 just from 2019, and they are not current yet, deaths that weren't reported to the Justice Department. So they also found that the Alabama Department of Corrections didn't maintain a centralized repository for all the autopsies, didn't even have a way to identify all the deaths. So it looks like they might be offing people for profit as well, and not keeping good records of it.
Damn.
Was this a federal?
I really wish I hadn't had that shot before you called me, Rusty.
No.
I am.
Do we know if this was a federal prison or a state prison?
You're awesome, dude.
I don't know. Hold on, let me go back.
I'm sorry. I mean, at best case scenario, this sounds like a whole lot of neglect. In the worst case scenario, it sounds like that there's a bunch of shady something going on.
Yeah,
for sure. I think there's more than one prison involved because it just talks about overall the whole Alabama corrections system and the University of Alabama, specifically Birmingham.
I don't need to be sarcastic, but prison is a dangerous place.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, no, I'm not even giving them sympathy. I mean, they're in prison, but I feel like it's kind of awful to have them profit off of it after. I mean,
yeah.
And you can't just be killing people for profit just because they're
What?
bad people. Right? I mean,
Well,
Well, why can't you get? Wait a moment. Why can't you give them sympathy on this? Why can't you give them any sympathy on this?
yeah, I
because
mean,
they
if so-
signed the
if somebody-
paperwork
if
and
some-
didn't. They signed the paperwork and didn't read it. I mean, I deal with people like that every day that sign a lease to live in an apartment and then don't want to follow the rules. No, you have to read the paperwork.
yeah.
There's some sort of personal responsibility that you have.
However, yes,
they may just be processed in and say, here's your property that you're checking in and sign on the bottom line, and they don't even read it. They just do that and then go to the cow line.
all right.
They're going to prison. Probably none of them read it, but
Mr.
I don't even know if they're given the opportunity to.
You look. So you did something stupid one time and you get caught and you're put in prison. Does that make you a bad person, or does that make?
No, that's just the argument of somebody who's done something wrong and gotten
That's not what
caught.
it was.
Yeah.
I mean, and because you did something wrong and you got caught and you're doing this, do you not have a certain level of a self? I mean, like, and they're throwing all this, paperwork in front of you, and you got to sign it, and you got to do all. I mean, who is really taking the time to read? What it's supposedly the government, and they have your best thoughts in mind, or I don't know. I mean, who's going to say?
Oh, I'm sure the guards will just perfectly understand if you tell them you need another 6 hours to be able to go through the whole stack of paperwork and sit there and read and everything else instead of going where they tell you to.
It's a terrible thing. Hopefully the court system will get it figured out. Jeff, what do you say, my friend?
Well, if you go to jail once and it wasn't something, if it was a non-violent, in my state, there's something that's legal that's not legal in a lot of states. But
right,
if you're going to jail for something trivial like that, no. But if you went to jail for something really bad,
yeah, if you're killing people, that kind of stuff. But if you're like busted for like selling pot or
right.
I mean,
you shouldn't even go to jail for that.
There needs
that shouldn't even be a jailable offense.
No, it shouldn't.
A non-violent crime.
Yeah, it absolutely should not.
I had two buddies that were, wasn't Z-Man a prison guard? I had two buddies that were, and they both got out of it because it was just, you're dealing with some really, really nasty people in the prisons they were in. One of them was one of the worst Illinois has to offer. And they couldn't deal with it. It's just every day they found out one of them had a daughter, and they were telling what they were going to do to his wife and newborn daughter. And he said it was all he could do to not isolate him. He was a pretty big guy and just beat him down.
Yeah.
But,
right.
Yeah.
It's not a nice place.
It takes a special person to work in corrections and have to deal
this is true.
with that every day. And
I'll tell you a funny story.
Okay.
I was a police officer in Texas. This was where my brother was incarcerated. Everybody thought we were twins. So I went to go visit him. And of course, you have to show ID and everything when you check in. So all the prison guards knew I was a cop. Of course, I got treated really good whenever I went to go see him. But the first time I went to go see him, you meet like in a big meeting room. And there was a desk, kind of like when you walk into a doctor's office, with a female prison guard behind it. And then there was a female prison lieutenant leaning over the counter talking to her. So when I go walking up, the girl behind the counter, her eyes got big like dinner plates. And the lieutenant looked over her shoulder and jumped. Scared the crap out of her. Because she thought I was my brother in civilian clothing and had gotten out somehow.
Right. Oh, that'd be spooky as hell.
And she goes, "You're not him. You're one of them, aren't you?" And I go, "One of who?" And she goes, "Are you his brother?" And I said, "I guess I am." And she goes, "Don't ever do that to me again. You scared the crap out of me."
Yeah. Oh crap. I don't know. I don't know where this is leading to ultimately. But yeah, there needs to be some stuff happening in Alabama, and hopefully they get it figured out.
Maybe you should run for office, Rusty.
No, I don't know.
If there's a blackmail thing going on with this, shady money, people need to respond and need to be held accountable, because even though they're in prison screwed up, they're still human beings.
Timmy the pilot says you can't blame him. The warden just wants to recoup some of his costs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, even if that's
some kickback on it.
Yeah.
That is the sick side of it, right? We do pay for them. We pay for them, right? So why isn't it okay for us to make any money back on basically giving them, $3 square a day?
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, Mr. Mom, Jeff Castle, thanks, guys. We're gonna
have them do it like Shawshank did and put them out on the road crew.
There you go. Make them work. Make them work. All right, thanks, guys. We're gonna.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. All right. We need to get out of this. We got to figure out. All right, people. In the chat, in the YouTube chat here, if you want a chance for winning the mug, just hashtag OffTrack. I'll put it up there. Let's see, hashtag OffTrack, and I will do my best to hashtag OffTrack Syndicate, and I will put you on the wheel, and we will give away a mug tonight. At some point,
on the wheel.
We will put you on the wheel. Hashtag OffTrack Syndicate. There you go. Do that, and
will you put me on the wheel, Rusty?
I will. You got to put it in the chat though. Are you on the chat? You got to put it in the chat.
I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, I'll give you a mug. All right, we got Troy. Troy's in there, and you know what? We're gonna play this right here.
Agitators, fanatics, scallywag, mutants, scams, firebrands.
OffTrack Syndicate, bitches.
Hey, Rusty, maybe you should put yourself on the wheel too, so that maybe you can win something. Because apparently that was your biggest complaint last night.
I never win anything. I never win.
I never win. All right, so I gotta get the wheel of names going here. Here we go. Troy.
Okay, I got a funny story that happened this week, if you want to hear it. I can't say any names because it was at work, so, got to protect those people, right? I was talking to one of the maintenance guys. It's a supervisor, right? And he tells me that there is a floor. There's a hole in the floor in the maintenance shop. So I'm at the property. And he's like, yeah, everything's great, but there was a small hole in the floor at the maintenance shop. I put some leveler in it, right? It doesn't even matter if you know what leveler is. It just makes it flat. So then he proceeds to tell me that he apparently has had an experience since he put this leveler in, and he's seen quite a few people's faces in the leveler, and his dead sister, and he went on to tell me about all these faces that he's seen in the leveler. So I'm like, okay. And I'm standing there with the property manager, and she's looking at me like, oh my God, what is happening right now? Blink. So I say, why don't we walk over? Why don't you show me? Let's go have a look. Let's see if I see anything in the leveler, right? And now she's looking at me like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? And I just wanted to see what he would say when I walked. I wanted to look at it. What happens if I look at it and I see Jesus? What do I know, right? I'm like, okay. So we walk over to the maintenance shop, and I'm looking at the floor, and I'm telling you guys, it looked like drywall. It was so flat. There was no way you were going to see anything in it. There wasn't even a shadow. Like, I tried moving the lights around from the desk, turning off the overhead. Does it look like there's something? Not even a shadow. And now I have to do something about it, because now this is insane behavior. So now we're talking like full HR brigade. Like, how do I fire someone who thinks they're seeing faces in the floor? Like, I don't even know how to write this up. I'm going to need some backup on this one. But yeah, so there's that. That was part of my Friday.
It was like the Telltale Heart, but
right?
Floor leveler.
If he started to quote Edgar
All right,
Allan
folks.
Poe.
Hashtag OffTrack Syndicate. If you want to be in to win the mug, we've got Still Living in the Woods, Timothy Ratliff, Mr. Mom, Troy from Baker Drinks, Jen Clifton, Jennifer May. They're all in.
Clifton not eligible for a mug.
No, she is absolutely. We got 42 people watching. I mean, come on, people. There we go. Chill Will. He's up there. Chill Will.
I question
We got
the eligibility.
him.
It's rigged.
Well, all I can tell you is if I don't win, it's rigged.
Oh,
Well, we know you're not going to win it, Rusty.
No, I'm not. I no.
I wasn't prepared last night. I could have joined you last night, but I didn't even have anything to drink with me. That would have been a disaster. You know?
It was such a fun show last night.
It was. I mean, I was in the chat as much as I possibly could just to keep it real. Let's try to, at least anyway.
Let's see.
And I don't think Rusty's blocked from them now. I think he can.
No, I
You
don't.
didn't get blocked?
I didn't. No, I didn't get blocked. Thank God. All right,
Rusty, I saw there was no over under. But very clearly, they all, everybody was commenting.
whatever.
No, wait a minute. I don't want you to miss out on this. Like, I understand that there's not going to be any, there's nothing we could do about who you are. Rusty is Rusty. We need to capitalize on this, right? Yeah. Because we may only have a certain amount of time. So we honestly need to consider selling ad space on the top of your hat. And that is no joke.
I know it is
selling sponsorship on the top of that hat. And people will pay for it.
And until we get another paid sponsor to go ahead and help support us, I think that he should go ahead and at least, put Warhorse up there, and they're the first placeholder. Come on, they
I don't know if Warhorse wants to be associated with.
No,
I mean, you have to take into account the fact that the advertising, why it's going on top of the hat, right? I don't know that they necessarily want to advocate for that type of advertising.
Well, I mean, they decided to sponsor OffTrack to begin with. If they didn't know what they was getting into on that, I mean, how's the hat any better?
All right, who is watching Rumble?
Rusty, by the way, you should tell Kinsey to shut up because he's talking your sponsor out of their sponsorship.
Yeah, no, Jerome, I got you, buddy. Sorry. Who is watching Rumble? We need to have somebody over there watching Rumble. Jerome says we give no love to Rumble, and I'm sorry. Look, man,
I'll jump over.
Yeah, Jerome Glass.
Yeah, I lack the capability of monitoring multiple stuff whenever I'm out on in the mobile studio out here. So,
Sir Rat Bastard did the hashtag OffTrack Syndicate.
Yeah, Sir Rat Bastard. That's Jerome. He jumped over here to YouTube. Sorry, sir. We're. It's pulled in so many different directions. We should have been watching. Absolutely. All right, so we're going to go 30 seconds on the spin. We're going to go to 8:15. If you don't have your thing done by 8:15 or 9:15, wherever you're at, you're just going to miss out. So hashtag OffTrack Syndicate if you want to be included in the wheel to win a mug, to win a awesome mug. I need to show it again. Here we go.
Don't show them your mug. Show them a picture of the coffee mug.
Yes, the coffee mug. Here it is. Maybe.
I like that. It's better than the one I have. I like that better than the one I have.
There we go. See, you got World's Greatest Shit Show, OffTrack Syndicate, and you got the whatever over there on the side.
Crew member?
Yes. World's Greatest Little Shit Show crew member. So yes, you will get that.
You just write shit. You had to exit out.
Well, because I didn't know how they would take it on the site, so
okay,
whatever.
And Mr. Mom said to tell the leveler he should go apply at another apartment complex.
Yeah, I'm dead. But how do you even write that up though? I mean, I don't even know. I'm sorry, you're fired because you see dead people? What I mean, this is almost as good as the guy I had to fire because he said he was
Um,
tell me you remember that. Remember the guy that was
Blowing
smoking
glass.
crack in the maintenance shop? And when
He
I
was
went there to
blowing
confront
glass.
him, he
That was
said he
his
was
extra
blowing
hobby.
glass. It was a
Yeah.
hobby. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
possibly the greatest freaking answer of all time to be caught smoking crack. Oh, I'm blowing grass. I'm blowing grass. I'm
I
blowing.
will absolutely tell you that it came out so quickly and with such determination that it is definitely not the first time he's used that. Definitely not the first time he's used that.
Timmy the pilot. Did you do the hashtag OffTrack Syndicate? Come on, man. Throw it
He
in
said
there.
he has enough mugs. Make him an offer.
Oh,
And
okay.
Valerie Jones said,
Make him an offer for the hat.
She said, we love you guys. Can we start planning a shenanigans con at the ranch already?
Oh my
Right?
God, she wants to plan a shenanigans con.
Oh God. Do you really want me there, Val? Where is she? Is she in Rumble? I don't see her in.
She's on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
speaking of shenanigans cons, right? Carnival Cruise, right? They're lots of fun. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that.
Right.
So apparently, end of June this year, little 4-year-old boy went on a 30-hour acid trip by mistake on a Carnival Cruise.
Ooh.
A
Yeah,
4-year-old?
he was airlifted off the boat. Okay, airlifted.
Holy
And
shit.
yep, his family's just walking along on the promenade deck. I don't know if they were on the promenade deck, but whatever. They were, sitting on top of the counter at guest services or whatever, and they're playing around, and the kids are running around on the deck, and they went to the candy store, right? And every ship has a candy shop or whatever. So they go to the candy store, and the little kid says he went to the candy store, and they were trying to figure out what kind of candy he bought, what did he eat, what happened. He says that it wasn't in the candy store, it was when they were at guest services. He picked up a sticker that he said had a Batman on it, and
God.
he ate it. And he hallucinated for 30 hours, and they had to evacuate him from the ship. And obviously, they drug tested him to confirm that he was tripping his balls off.
Right.
Oh, wow. That poor kid. That poor kid. Jesus Christ.
The medical center wasn't open yet, right? So whatever time it was, the medical center wasn't open. Somebody else that worked for the ship pointed him to a phone to call 911 to get to the mainland and call 911 or whatever. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of urgency to try to help the kid. Meanwhile, he's tripping balls. Can you imagine a 4-year-old kid? Okay, wait. I shouldn't say that.
I can't.
Right?
Even,
Rusty, you've tripped on acid, right? Can you imagine a 4-year-old kid? I cannot.
I
cannot imagine. Or imagine being his parents.
That poor baby. I mean, Jesus.
They thought so. I mean, the candy store got completely ripped apart because that's where they were thinking that it was, and then it turns out the kid says, "No, I found the sticker. It was on the counter. It was on the counter at guest services."
How? I mean,
so it probably fell out of somebody's wallet.
How can you be so irresponsible with your shit to leave that? I mean, that's insane. Andy,
they're combing through footage on the ship and video camera footage of anywhere they can find who might have dropped it in the first place or whatever. But yeah, that's insane. I mean, the child's okay. Everybody. The child's okay.
All right. So Jeff Castle, the little kid saw God and the devil. Yes.
Right?
Yes, he did.
Probably everything in between too.
Yep. And I mean,
yeah, Jerome says
they didn't just knock him out.
Jerome says, why do you folks keep Facebook and YouTube in business with your content? Some just aren't meant to get it. Ask you for a friend. Look, we're just trying to get out everywhere, Jerome. We've been doing this for 5 years. We got 300 freaking subscribers. We're just trying to get out there.
We're doing this for the customers, not for the platforms.
Yeah, we're doing this for the people that
the viewers.
Yeah, for the viewers, and
make sure you like and subscribe.
Absolutely. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Look, go back.
If you we're on Rumble, we're on Kick. If you don't think we should be on YouTube and Facebook, watch us there. If the numbers go there, that's where we're going.
Yeah. So we're not on Kick. I don't know what's up with Kick. I can't make it connect. So we're not on Kick tonight. I know. I don't know why. I've redone it several times. It's not freaking working. I don't know.
Who uses Kick? I thought that was like
have you tried Pornhub? We're not on Pornhub, but I would like to be on Pornhub. I'm just saying.
Well, Rusty's on Pornhub, just not on OffTrack.
Correct.
That's where he's got his OnlyFans account registered at.
All right, we got 3 minutes, people. We got 3 minutes, and then we're gonna end the. I'm not gonna add any more people. We've got. If your name isn't called and you entered, please tell me. We got Troy Baker Drinks, Mr. Mom, Timothy Ratliff, Still Living in the Woods, Jennifer May, Jen Clifton, Chill Will Rocco, Jeff Castle, Scott Morris, Jerome Glass, and Gandy Road. So that's look, you gotta.
That's like a dozen.
Those are good numbers,
So going for a good story to change it up just a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, do.
Okay.
Community raises $289,000 for a 90-year-old veteran caring for a sick wife. His wife was diagnosed with dementia, and so he goes into this pawn shop to pawn jewelry to pay for his apartment where he's staying and to cover her medical bills. And he's talking to the pawn shop or whatever. So the lady at the pawn shop opens up a GoFundMe, and at the time, Janelle from there, she wound up getting like $1,300 and like gave it to him in an envelope and said, "Hey, this is for your family or whatever." It's now up to $289,000 that raised for this Vietnam veteran.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Trying to cover his medical bill or his wife's medical bills and continue to live. And she's currently like helping to find a cheaper place for him to stay also. So it's not costing him as much to live.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. The American people are fantastic. Trinity B, put in hashtag. We're stopping here. Put in hashtag OffTrack Syndicate, and you'll be entered into the mug. I'm fixing to cut it off. Hashtag OffTrack Syndicate. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that here in just a minute. Trinity B, thank you for jumping in here. Hashtag hell yeah. There we go. All right. I'm going to add Trinity and then I'm closing it down. If you don't get it in here, Trinity B. All right. We got her in there and I'm closing it down, people. 3, 2, 1. All right. It's closed off. Here we go. I'm going to, let's see. I got to stop sharing this. I got to share the wheel of names.
Wheel of shame.
The wheel of shame. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Wheel of names. Share. Here we go. We're going to go. What, we don't need it. No sound. What do we need to do? Spin time. We need like a 30-second spin time. Is that what we need?
Oh my God, no.
No, Lord, no.
20 seconds.
10,
Right.
5 or 10.
20 seconds. 20-second spin time. Bourbon Hunter. God dang it.
I mean, I hope you have some background music for a 20-second spin. That's longer than your last roll in the hay.
That Bourbon Hunter. Because
short people got no reason to.
What does Judy use for your soundtrack? I'm sure that's.
There we go. All right. 30. Well, see, Jeff Castle says 30 seconds. I mean,
he's even more nuts than you are. Then.
Well, I guess if Jeff Castle says it, then you have to do it, right? I mean,
right. All right, we're gonna shuffle.
I don't
If he
think we want to
wins
make it a
now, I'm
habit
gonna
of
say
doing
it's rigged.
everything that the listeners say.
I'm sorry.
Well,
what?
right. 10 seconds, says Matt. Really? All right.
Yeah,
You know
10
what?
seconds or less.
I'm absolutely not agreeing to do everything the listeners say, Kinsey. I'm putting that out here right now.
All right.
Absolutely not.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. We ready? Let's go.
Ready?
Y'all can see it?
Yeah.
Does it matter if I'm ready?
Yeah, here we go. All right, we're spinning.
Really?
We're spinning. See, that wasn't long enough. Boom. Still living in the woods. Gets the mug. That's awesome.
Rusty still doesn't win.
Yeah, I still don't win. God dang it.
You can't win your own mug.
All right, still living in the woods. If you will send your contact info to OffTrack Syndicate at gmail.com, I will send you this mug. That's awesome. Congrats.
About how long will it be before you send that mug?
I will do it immediately. It's not rigged, Scott Morris.
Please do not hold your breath waiting for it to arrive.
No,
if the mug does not arrive in 10 days, do not assume it's lost.
Yeah, no. Still living in the woods. I'm glad he got it because he is a Patreon member. Thank you, sir. That's awesome. If you want,
do recommend you thoroughly wash it.
You can go over to patreon.com /OffTrack Gang if you want to be a Patreon member. That would be amazing. We definitely need the money. It pays for a lot of things. Whatever, Timmy the Pilot. Absolutely. You can be a $3 member. It helps us out. It's bought computers, it's bought microphones, it's bought cords. So it definitely freaking helps out. Whatever.
That's cheaper than a $5 footlong.
Right? I mean, look, Rusty's peanut butter addiction. Yes, I do have an addiction to it.
Listen, a 5-gallon bucket of peanut butter is pretty pricey these days. I don't know if you've seen inflation.
No, it is. Well, I haven't looked lately, but it was $72 the last time.
5-gallon?
Yeah, for the 35-pound bucket that I did eat the whole thing in about 3 to 4 months. I did eat a whole 35-gallon bucket.
Timmy Radlip says if you want the mug, you need to send a self-addressed stamp. Yes. He gets you, Rusty. He gets you.
Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna try. You know what? Next week we're gonna give away a T-shirt. So y'all come back and we'll do that.
Are you gonna wash it first?
No. I'm gonna send it sweaty.
Did he tell you to clean out the garage?
OffTrack Syndicate at gmail.com. Still living in the woods. I think I can get that over there. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, look, if you want to buy some merch, we do have a merch channel, shop.offtracksyndicate.com. You can get, that's where the mug's coming from. There's some nice T-shirts, you can get over there. Look, we're making like $1. I made it where we're making like $1 on the T-shirts and stuff. I made it as cheap as possible.
For you old school patrons, there's a new 30-second dick fire shirt. You newbies don't know what that is, but those of you who've been around for a while, there's a new 30-second dick fire shirt on the site.
Yes, there is a new 30-second dick fire T-shirt. Timmy the Pilot. Those shirts are great oil rags. Can somebody mute him?
Well, unfortunately, Timmy hasn't had any oil in his rag for like 20 years.
You gotta have a little bit of sympathy for Timmy. I mean, he was around when rocks are soft. He's probably suffering from a little bit of senility. Just be patient with the old geezer.
Listen, Timmy, we promise we won't sell your organs.
Yeah, there you go.
Fish.
I know Baker drinks.
Well, I mean, Erica, it'd be hard to find a buyer for him.
All right. So Baker, she says, how could you eat that much peanut butter in only a few months? So here's the thing, you know, I'm going to put
Dedication.
it out there. Dedication. But so I left the bucket, you know, the bucket's got a top on it that you can, you know, clip on. So I pretty much just left it out by the couch where I sit every day. And, you know, I'd be watching TV or something. I'd pull the lid off. The spoon, I left the spoon in there. I'd take a couple spoonfuls and, you know, and put the, yeah. So,
no,
yeah.
you left the spoon in there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, and that's how I did it.
Look,
that is not FDA approved.
No, not at all. And you don't have to say those things out loud. It's okay.
Look, I full disclosure. I don't want to, you know, I just want to. Yes, and I did. So I did do eggs and peanut butter sandwiches, of course. That is
disgusting.
Fantastic. No, it's fantastic. Shut up.
It's disgusting.
Scrambled eggs and peanut butter sandwiches are amazing. I'm just saying.
Come on, Erica. You know that is far from the most disturbing thing you've ever heard about Rusty. Okay, you can let this one go.
Oh yeah, I can actually. This might be one of the most pleasant things he's talked about putting in his mouth.
Wow. Hey, really?
And of all the things he could have done with peanut butter, eating it, I'm okay with that.
Let's leave the pets out of this, okay, Kurt?
The dog was involved.
Right.
Jeez.
Anyway, I'm going somewhere with this. There, Rusty, you're a bit of a mechanic guy there, and I know that you know, Eric has got a lead foot from who knows where and stuff. What would you all consider to be the car that you would most want to have? If you were going to have something, park it in the garage, collector item or whatever, what would it be?
So for me, it would be, because I had one and I stupidly sold it. So a 74 Nova. That was the last year of the good Novas. And I had one, and I got into a rough patch, and I had to sell it, and I regret it every freaking day. I put a big block, I put a 454 in it, and it was a fun car to freaking drive. And so if I could have it again, it would be a 74 Nova. I hate that I got rid of it. It burns me up every day when I try not to think about it. So there you
go. I don't know anything about cars. I just drive them fast. So I don't know if that's a really good question to ask me, because I would.
Well, if you wanted to get one just to show off because they drive fast, what would you get?
I would buy a Lamborghini. I would buy a Lamborghini.
There you go. I was going to say a Corvette, but I
would buy a Lamborghini.
There you go.
If that was like, that's it. And I'm just going to drop a bunch of cash on a car, and as long as I can actually drive it as fast as it goes. Yeah.
You drop. Go ahead, Kirk.
I'm a dork, and I would get another Suzuki Samurai, because we had that, and I loved that little beater. It was awesome.
Listen, these guys all know I am in love with my Honda Accord Sport. That's why I don't know what I would do. I just like a car that drives fast and has really tight handling.
Yeah. So full disclosure, I have ridden with Erica while she was driving, and I have to say, she is a driver. She uses the transmission like a brake, and I think that is amazing. So we'd be pulling up to stop signs. She'd be running 60. She'd drop that sucker down into second and then drop it down into first. And I was like, holy shit, this girl knows how to drive. She knows what she's doing with the transmission. I was like, yeah. So in the chat, Jeff Castle says he had a Monte Carlo SS 87 and he regrets it to this day. I hear you, brother. Those are freaking fantastic. Gandhi says
Yeah,
a
that would be
66
fun.
Yeah, 66 Impala ragtop. Yes, dude. Absolutely. But yeah, I got to say, Erica is a driver. She may not know what it is that's under the hood, but she'll drive that son of a bitch. You know?
Yeah, just give me the car, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same way with math. I can tell you, just give me the numbers and I'll tell you what they say. But don't ask me to tell you where they come from. I don't know where you got those numbers
Yeah.
from, but I
Yeah.
can tell you what they mean, right? I
Right.
don't know. I don't know what's under that hood, but I can tell you how fast it goes.
There you go.
All right. So
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Sorry, Kenzie. Go ahead.
So you all got whatever it is that you want. It's all in mint condition, pristine paint and everything, interior, all decked out and cleaned out to the point that you don't even want to let your own children breathe on the windows, much less into the vehicle. Okay.
Okay.
And money is no problem. And then you get into the thing one day and you go to try to start it and it just doesn't start one day. Okay.
All right.
So now you're going to send it somewhere to get worked on, right? Because
Well, I'm not. But yeah, I'm not.
If money was no problem, but if money was no problem, yet time was, would you let it sit there broke?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah. Okay.
So do you have any special instructions for whichever shop that it is that you have work on it?
Yeah, don't drive it.
Don't drive it and don't scratch it. There you go. Yeah.
You have to tell
All
them
right.
not to drive it?
Yes.
Well, apparently you do, because there's a gentleman that had he had a 2018 Camaro, and it wasn't just any Camaro. I mean, yeah, Camaros sound great, right? 6.2 liter supercharged V8.
Oh yeah.
This was a Hendrix edition Camaro.
Oh shit.
Only 40 of them in the U.S., right?
Okay.
Imagine being on your way back to the shop and you end up seeing your Camaro totaled on a guardrail.
Oh. Oh wow. No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying somebody's getting an ass beaten. I don't, you know, whether it's the shop manager or the guy that was actually, somebody's getting an ass beaten.
Somebody's getting an ass beating. I'm walking into that shop with a fully loaded automatic weapon and they're all going down. I don't know about someone getting an ass beating. It is over. What are you talking about? There's only 40 of them. It's not like you can just get another one. Oh my God.
Exactly.
I mean, you can probably get reimbursed. You're going to get your money back because you're definitely getting.
Well, you might not. I mean, it just depends on what their insurance covers. If their insurance only covers like $30,000 or $40,000, you're not getting that car for $30,000 or $40,000.
No.
Yeah.
No, okay, you're going to have to take a hit on your own insurance.
Oh,
I'd be selling organs. I'd be selling their organs at the prison.
All right,
exactly. I'm shipping them to Alabama.
All right, so here's this thing that I read about. So in Michigan, there was a thing that somebody had their car at a shop and something happened and it got damaged and their insurance would not cover it and the shop's insurance would not cover it. They were just out. And I don't know exactly what the thing is, but yeah, you're just out. You have to sue them. Yeah, you have to sue them independently.
Right. There's a lawsuit for this right now, but I mean, the reason you got to sue things like that, and sometimes that doesn't work depending on the scenario. I was looking up other similar stories, and there's a basketball player that has an Audi souped up and everything like that, and his car was totaled on a test drive after getting worked on, and they're claiming that, yeah, as far as liability and everything goes, the shop's not claiming responsibility for, the care and the fact that it was totaled out. Now, this Camaro, apparently it was a bad switch along in there with the clutch that was related with the starter that would not get it started. Okay. This car was recently valued at $97,000. And being what it is, the rare edition it is and everything, it's one of the few cars that you can come across that increases in value as you go along, just because of the collector's value on it. It belongs to Kenny Habul, which is an Xfinity driver, a philanthropist, and an owner of some solar energy company. So he's got the money to sink into this lawsuit, no problem. And he gave specific instructions to L&N Chevrolet in Connecticut. Under no circumstances was any employee to take the vehicle off of the lot.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean,
and yet,
because sometimes
it was brought. Yeah, but the service manager felt like he needed to take it out, bring it up I-95, and at some point he ended up having the throttle down 95%. Lost control over the vehicle at in excess of 85 mile an hour and totaled it out on the guardrail.
Wow. Wow.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Right.
I mean, did he die or did he just wreck the car?
He got no injuries, even though he was hot rodding the thing and didn't have a seatbelt on to boot.
Wow.
Wow. Didn't know how to handle that power.
No, he didn't. Like you're talking over 630 horsepower under the hood.
But if you own that car, you obviously have enough insurance to cover that's basically theft. How is that not theft of the vehicle?
You would have to consider it that because they definitely did not have consent to put it on the road.
It was so they took it. There's got to be. I mean, why would you not buy comprehensive insurance for that car so that you could have at least cost replacement?
I gotta jump in here for just a second. I think I got Still Living in the Woods address here, Woodville, Texas. Is that you, sir?
Don't say it out loud. Whoa.
Well, I'm not giving everything. I'm just saying Woodville, Texas. Is that you, sir? I'm pretty sure that's him. All right. I will get you that coming to tomorrow. Absolutely. What is wrong with Woodville, Texas? I mean,
nothing. I just don't want you to be giving out the man's address.
Well, I'm not. All right.
Woman's address, I guess. I don't know.
I got you, buddy. I got you.
Now, there is a little hidden chuckle in here behind everything in this story. All right.
Okay.
All right.
The racer is originally from Australia. He's got a home up in North Carolina, and he's got a home over in Canada. I want to know if anybody can help me find out where at on the map in Canada this town is. It must be a little township, kind of like what our unincorporated is over in different places in the U.S., because I can't find this place in the map for anything. The name of this little town, I kid you not, is Eat a Dick.
What?
E-T-A-D-I-C-K. Eat a Dick. It's somewhere in Ontario, Canada.
No. It's called Ed-a-Dick, not Eat a Dick. It's E-T-A.
Oh, it looks like Eat a Dick to me.
No.
It looks like YouTube doesn't like OffTrack Syndicate because this stream is not showing up in my subscriptions page. I don't know. Who knows, man? You're here. Still living in the woods. That's all that matters, my friend.
And Sir Rat Bastard said, "Congratulations to Still Living."
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for him to get this. I'm trying to open. Jeez, I can't. Why is it not working?
Are you trying to ship a mug while we're on air?
No, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to pull up the. Damn it!
YouTube. I had to look for it if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes
Like,
I have to look.
Have
Sometimes
to go
I
to
have
our
to look away.
page.
So a couple of weeks ago, they found some cousins of mine, I think. This is for you, Kinsey.
All right.
Apparently, a few weeks ago, they've discovered a hominin species that lived in Indonesia about 700,000 years ago, and they were 3.2 feet tall.
Yes.
All little. They were all little. All of them. I think that's amazing. They're likening them to J.R. Tolkien's hobbits.
Nice.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did they have furry feet?
Erica, I bet you feel like a tall person.
I do. I feel giant compared to that, right?
Gulliver.
They pulled up the fossil. They uncovered the fossil bones of 4 individuals, including 2 children, in a layer of sandstone on the island of Flores in Indonesia. The tiny forearm bone to the size of a modern human research. It would have stood at 3. Oh, it's only 100 centimeters. Oh my God, that would be so small. I would want one. That would be perfect. It would be just like Dobie. You could have a little house elf.
You put a pillowcase on it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
With my luck, I'd get Creature instead of Dolby.
Well, yeah, you probably would, but I mean, they think they lived on the island as recently as 50,000 years ago. Right before Timmy.
Yeah. So Timmy was like 40,000 years ago.
Before
right.
Timmy the pilot, that old guy. All right, so I want to take this moment. We haven't done this. We got 20 minutes left. I want to point everybody towards Warhorse Legacy, warhorselegacy.com or .org, warhorselegacy.org. Yeah. Warhorse Legacy Foundation. They are a 501c3 nonprofit organization in Winslow, Arkansas, serving as a resource for military veterans. They have a 146-acre ranch, and they offer a variety of activities, which include equine programs, health and wellness programs, fishing, 3D archery, hiking, gardening, networking, and volunteer opportunities. The cornerstone of Warhorse Legacy Foundation is the Equine Activities Program. This program helps veterans cope with stresses of military life and transition back to civilian life by focusing on building relationships between veterans and horses, which can help foster trust, communication, and emotional regulation. For veterans, the ranch offers a unique networking opportunity. Through a series of workshops and events, veterans can connect with other like-minded individuals, share stories, and build relationships that last a lifetime. Overall, Warhorse Legacy is an excellent resource for veterans and their families with a commitment to helping military personnel heal and thrive. The foundation provides a safe, welcoming, and supporting environment that can help participants heal, grow, and flourish. Go check out their website, warhorselegacy.org. Drop them a couple of bucks, people. I mean, this is like a cup of coffee. Do without a cup of coffee, $2 or $3. And if you do, tell them OffTrack sent you or Rusty, whatever. Look, every dollar. So they have recently received a 3-star rating from Charity Navigator, which is a watchdog of charities. And they had to go through a bunch of stuff and open up everything and show where the money's going. So the money that you give is going where it needs to go. So if you have any questions, you need more specific information, you can send them an email at info@warhorselegacy.org, warhorselegacy.com, warhorselegacy.com. .org. Sorry.
OffTrack Syndicate, bitches.
Yes, warhorselegacy.org. I'm sorry. .org. I'm sorry.
Tell him that Rusty sent you, because he needs as much help for his reputation as he can get at this point. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. Whatever.
Love you,
Yeah,
Rusty.
warhorse.org. I'm sorry. You know, a couple of dollars. It helps people. It really does, and they are a good cause. Whatever.
Every little
Whatever.
bit helps. And listen, they're going to let us use their ranch to have a big old party. So give.
Yeah. So next year, this needs to be a thing. So next year we've got to get with the ladies of Warhorse, and I'm definitely going to be there. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it.
Make sure they're up on their shots.
Well, yeah, they got to be up on their shots.
If you're going to have an OffTrack Syndicate, you better make sure you have shots, disinfectant, condoms.
Well, I mean, you know,
an extra pillow,
rope,
handcuffs.
Rusty, I got a great idea for you.
Okay.
You'll raise the money in no time to go over there to Warhorse for the little shenanigans that they'll set up for you.
Yeah.
Just out there where you're at. Just go out there in the corner or something. Hold up a cardboard sign. Says donate some money to me to get rid of me so I can leave town. You'll make money hand over fist, especially if the people driving by know you.
Yeah, well, that's true. Whatever.
There's nobody in that town. He lives like 50 miles away from the nearest person. He's going to be standing out there. The only people that are going to drive by him are his mom and his dad.
I tell you what, if he won't do it in the town, he can just go ahead and hold it up whenever he's dropping lumber off over there at the sawmill. I'm sure they're tired of looking at him.
We got 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes left. Still living in the woods. You know, you could call in Gandhi. I mean, you could call in, buddy, if he's still here. He probably left a long time ago. Mr. Mom, he called in. I love that Mr. Mom and Jeff Castle are, joining in and doing stuff. Timmy the Pilot, no, that guy, not that guy. We got 42 people. Really? We got 42 people freaking watching? Are you kidding me?
If Timmy the Pilot calls in, he better have something good to say.
41. You just scared one off.
I did. I scared one off. Sort of. If y'all would, go back after the show. Go back after the show and leave a comment in the comment section.
Hit that like button.
Hit the like button.
It'll go back. The viewership will go back up to 42 in a minute. It's probably SoCal trying to watch and getting kicked back off of her internet about every 5 minutes.
So did anybody listen to like the 80s glam metal bands like Motley Crue and Quiet Riot and Poison?
For sure.
Absolutely. Stuff like that.
I used to listen to Quiet Riot.
When Motley Crue first came out, Shout at the Devil, that was not a glam level.
Right.
That was a freaking awesome song. I mean,
they went, they trended glam. They
went
did further and further and further.
Yeah, they did. But, in the beginning, good always overpowered the evil of all man's sins. That is Shout at the Devil right there.
They could have gone Slayer, and instead they went more towards
they did.
Or Poison and Enough's Enough and stuff like that. All right. Go ahead.
No, go.
So I found an article and it said it was 5 underrated 80s glam bands that deserve more attention. And I only knew one of these, so I don't even know, like, Victim. I've never heard of the band Victim.
What?
Victim.
From the 80s?
Yeah, from the 80s. So this is like 80s glam bands. I'd never heard of the band Icon.
I have never either.
Never heard of the band Tora Tora.
Nope.
I thought that was a movie.
Never. It was maybe. And never heard of the band
missing a tour.
Hardline. Hardline.
Hardline. No.
But the one I did know was White Lion.
Oh yeah, White Lion. I know.
And
But White Lion. Did they sing "She's Only 17"?
No, that was Winger.
No, that was Winger.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
right,
she's
right.
only 17.
No,
I don't know who 4 out of 5 of those bands are.
Right. So White Lion did like When the Children Cry and Wait.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Wait. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yep. And one of them was like something Warrior, which was the Greenpeace ship or whatever.
No, I don't know any of those other bands though.
But the reason White Lion failed was because of their record labels. Like just mismanagement and having trouble, and they switched to a different and the same thing. Like they weren't. That's the reason why nobody heard about them. And I love White Lion.
Oh yeah, I do too.
The other ones I've never heard of.
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, I have never heard of Icon. Jen Clifton
I've never heard
says
of Victim either.
Cinderella and Rat, which I think are underrated. They have some fantastic songs.
Cinderella is fantastic.
Yeah. Rat is too. I mean, White Lion, absolutely. So I heard at one point that White Lion, I think, was sued by Led Zeppelin because of one of their songs was so, I mean, it sounded so Led Zeppelin-y, if that's a word. That, and I don't remember which
but
it was.
we'll accept it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but yeah, White Lion is Round and Round. Yeah. Oh, Whiskey Wisdom is in here. What is up, buddy? You know what, Whiskey Wisdom, you could call in the last 15 minutes. You could call in, buddy. There's a number right there.
But
we would love.
Can you really complain about your success if you end up being used on a Geico commercial?
No. I mean.
Oh, J May said she ran away from home one weekend to go see Rat in concert, and I commend you. I bet that was freaking awesome, dude.
Wait, hold on. Call in. What do you mean you
ran
away
call
from
in.
home?
Tell us about it, J May. Call us and tell us about it. That is awesome. That is awesome.
That's
you know
a story.
We're not afraid to go over. We're not afraid to go over. Absolutely.
You didn't just sneak out and go to a concert. You ran away from home. That's awesome.
And Rusty is wide awake tonight too.
Right?
Like wide awake. He hasn't head dipped once.
J May, I love J May. She's going through some medical stuff right now, and I feel so bad for her. And if y'all would give her prayers, J May, an awesome freaking individual. I got to meet her a couple years ago when we had a thing at Mel's actually, and I got to meet her and Valerie, which was freaking fantastic. To put it out there, I may have passed out. And there might be some pictures. I know there may be some pictures of J May, them, hanging out around me.
Did she like you well enough to buy you breakfast?
Well, no, we had breakfast at Mel's, but
okay. Well, she bought me breakfast.
Well, whatever. I love J May, and J May is part of Warhorse Legacy. She is freaking fantastic. Her and Valerie are amazing people. Whatever.
She would call in, but it's a Kinsey long story. I mean, a really long story.
Yeah.
It's not long enough to be a Kinsey long story. If she's telling you, I'm telling you right now.
I love J May, and I hope everybody give your small prayers to J May. She needs it right now. She is a freaking amazing. But anyway, I don't know where I was going this, but I love bourbon. There we go.
And going back to the 80s, did anybody watch Voltron?
I did.
Oh yeah,
I fucking love Voltron.
I never was whenever they went to the vehicles. I always loved the original one with the lions and everything. I was not a vehicle Voltron fan by any means.
So Amazon is doing a live action movie of the Lion Voltron. They're working on it.
Oh, something else to screw up.
People instead of cartoons. They've had some good stuff though. I mean, they've had some not so good stuff too, but
right.
I don't remember Voltron, so now I'm going to have to go back to the original so I can appreciate what might be coming.
The Defenders of the Universe. I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't remember the Voltron reference in the first Deadpool movie? Come on.
I mean, I probably missed that reference.
So if there's one toy from my childhood that I wished I would have received for Christmas or whatever, it was the Lion Voltron. Because you could
put it all together. So this is big. Okay, this is big.
Yes.
Great, I'm going to have to check it out now.
This is big. This is whenever the concept was cool before they took the animation out and replaced it with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Then it just
we gotta say goodnight, Kathy in the Berg. She's going to bed.
Night, Kathy.
Love you, Miss Kathy. She is a Patreon supporter. I love you, Miss Kathy, and I hope you have a good week, my love. Absolutely. Love Miss Kathy. She brings something to the table every day. Even if it's just bitching about her husband, which it seems like a lot of these ladies, they bring a lot of bitching about their husbands, and
maybe their husbands will shake the hell up.
No, we don't say anything that Judy tells us over here. So I mean, we're all good.
I myself, I am a delight to fucking live with. Judy just loves me.
I can't believe that you actually say that with a straight face and you're not looking over your shoulder. Number one, that she's going to have the bitch stick and you're about to get hit. And number two, that you're not going to get straight up struck by lightning. You are so full of shit right now.
What are you talking about? I am a fucking delight.
You are not. I have talked to you at all times of the day and night, and I can promise you that delight is not the word coming to mind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now the other word's in there, but I mean not delight.
I mean,
right. Not delight.
Judy's sleeping, Kathy. Go to bed, Kathy. You don't know she doesn't go to bed. I'm just saying.
But thank you for reminding me. Go back on YouTube and look up yesterday's show for Baker Drinks.
Oh, shit.
And if you watch Baker Drinks, you will see the world's longest yardstick.
Oh, yeah. Rusty
I guarantee it.
All the way from Washington State.
What?
Yeah, really? See, you don't even remember.
Yeah, all the way from Washington State to Alabama. That thing reaches.
You got hit.
People, I implore you people to go watch Baker Drinks. Fantastic people. I love that they had us on. It was a shit show, but they still had us on, and we had lots of fun. And apparently I was beat at some point, which I don't condone any of that. I mean,
oh my God! Look,
whatever.
Are they in the chat right now? They
were earlier. I don't know if they've hung around.
They were so kind to you. I swear to God, you are so lucky I wasn't on there, because at one point when he was talking about how early Rusty gets up in the morning and how hard his job is, and then how he's got to come home and it's so hard. So obviously, if he has a couple drinks, he might pass out at 9:30. I was in the chat going, the lies.
No. Erica, I hate that you weren't part of this, Erica. I think you would have definitely freaking added to whatever.
The part that got me the best was right at the very beginning where they invite him and us in and everything. And the first words out of Rusty's mouth were he wished he was on that other show that just ended because they were so fun.
I know.
I love that. That was a great show that just finished. I wish we were on that.
Wish we were on that one.
Look, we're a shit show, and I don't try to hide it. You know, we just try to have fun. God dang it, you know. Oh, Jen has put the link for last night's show, the Bakers, in the chat. Thank you, Jen. You're awesome.
It was funny. I don't even think I made it through the whole. What time did you guys go till? I left after 2 hours.
Yeah, I don't know.
The whole thing was like what, 2 hours and over 2.5 hours?
I know. I passed out at one point and they removed me, thankfully. But yeah, that's weird. That never happens.
They didn't remove you.
That doesn't sound.
Yeah, no, they did. No, I passed out and they removed me. Yeah, and you know, I mean, who wants to get Rusty passed out?
But
right?
Well, it depends if you have advertisement on his hat or not.
Yep.
Yeah. You need to go back and watch it because you took yourself out and then you came back and then you passed out and they didn't remove you. You were passed out on there for about a half an hour and then you woke up because somebody yelled your name and started giving you shit. I think it was Jen. And then you woke up and then somehow you were good. Yes. And then somehow you were good for like the next 15, 20 minutes. And then I called it. I left after that. But no, you did. You dropped your own ass out and then you came back and then you passed out.
Wow. So nobody go back and watch that. You don't need to, don't go back and watch that.
Well, how else are they supposed to see the world's largest yardstick?
Well, yeah. So Bourbon Hunter, yeah. So like the phone, when I was passed out, the phone was ringing and ringing and ringing. Yeah, I did see that. So I thought maybe they.
You get to see Jen drinking bourbon, and that in itself is a treat because her faces were amazing.
Yes, they were.
She had the best faces, and what a trooper because she doesn't even like bourbon. And she was drinking it last night like that.
No, and everybody sends her amazing fucking pours, and I can't fucking get them. But she's got like Coy Hill. Like what the? She's got Coy Hill. And she doesn't even appreciate it. And I got nothing, and she got fucking Coy Hill.
You're such a bourbon bitch. God.
Is that a vaginal itch I hear or something like that going on? I mean,
all right. So we gotta wrap this up at some point, people. We're coming up on here we are.
2 hour mark right now.
We are wrapping it up. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We don't have an outro, so I'm gonna do the intro.
Play the intro again. We'll put on outro later someday.
Yeah, I thank you, Gandhi, Jen, Bourbon Hunter, Mr. Mom, Jeff Castle. Thanks, everybody, for
Jen for being on at the beginning.
Huh?
You were a delight today.
I was a delight.
Yeah, an effing delight.
I was a effing delight. Anyway, love you all. Join us on Patreon if you want to. I love you. Here we go. Maybe.